Stage 1, the T-Launcher Kid. You just got your first PC. It doesn't feel like anything special at first. It might be slow, it might lag, it might barely run anything properly, but to you it doesn't matter. Because this isn't just a computer. It's freedom. And the first thing that comes into your mind isn't anything productive or useful. It's Minecraft. You've been watching it for years. Not once or twice, but constantly. After school, before bed, on weekends, on YouTube autoplay loops. You know everything about it. Survival series. Hardcore worlds. Bed Wars clutches. Sky Wars montages. Factions wars. PvP texture pack showcases. You don't just watch Minecraft, you absorb it. You know crafting recipes without ever crafting them. You know mobs without ever fighting them. You know PvP mechanics without ever experiencing them. So when you finally get a PC, there's no hesitation. You type Minecraft free download. You don't question it. You don't think about legality or safety. You just want in. You click the first few links. Some are broken. Some are full of ads. Some try to install random things you don't understand. Eventually you find it. T-Launcher. You watch a YouTube tutorial. It's from 2017. Low resolution. Bad audio. A guy clicking buttons slowly while explaining Java installation in broken English. You follow it step by step anyway. You install Java without knowing what it is. You install Minecraft without knowing how it actually works. And then, you open it. The launcher appears. You click play. And you wait. First it's nothing. Then black screen. Then loading. Then suddenly, the menu. Music starts playing. That simple piano melody hits differently because this is the moment you've been waiting for years without realizing it. You are inside Minecraft. You create your first username. Something powerful in your head like PvP Master YT. Or XX Dark Dragon XX. Or something equally embarrassing in hindsight. You join a server. Your first cracked server. Instantly. Chaos. Chat is flying faster than you can read. Ranks everywhere. Players glowing with particles. People spamming commands you don't understand. You don't even know what half the GUI means. So you ignore everything. And you go to survival. First minutes are calm. You punch a tree. You get wood. You craft tools. It feels exactly like the videos. But slower. More real. More satisfying. Then you start exploring. You don't understand coordinates. You don't understand landmarks. So you get lost. You build a house. A small wooden box. You think it's perfect. You leave it. You can't find it again. So you build another one. Then another. Then you start dying. Creepers explode near you. Skeletons shoot you in caves. Zombies swarm you at night. You fall into holes. You lose items constantly. But you don't care. Because it's Minecraft. And it still feels magical. Then one day, you see players fighting. And everything changes. They don't move like you. They don't hit like you. They don't even think like you. They are strafing, jumping, repositioning constantly. One player wins in seconds. No struggle. No panic. Just control. You enter PvP for the first time. You think you're ready. You are not. You get hit once. You try to hit back. You miss. You get comboed. You die in seconds. And the other player types GG. That GG hits harder than the fight. Because you realize something. You weren't even close. And your brain refuses to accept that it was skill. So you assume they're cheating. And you move on. But something sticks. You queue again. Stage 2, a real Minecraft account. At some point everything shifts. You stop using cracked Minecraft. You get a real account. Maybe gifted. Maybe bought. Maybe finally allowed. But now everything feels different instantly. Servers are cleaner. Players are more serious. Movement feels faster. PvP feels less like chaos and more like structure. You enter your first real PvP server. Maybe duels. Maybe practice PvP. Maybe kit PvP. You cue your first fight. Countdown starts. 3, 2, 1. You rush in immediately. You swing randomly. You miss half your hits. The opponent doesn't. You die. Fast. You cue again. Same result. Then again. Same result. But now something changes. You start noticing patterns. You're not losing randomly. You're losing because you sprint too late. You don't control spacing. You panic jump. You spam click without timing. You start watching how others fight. You start copying movements. You stop holding W constantly. You try strafing. You try timing hits. You still lose a lot. But now, you understand why. And that's the first real improvement stage. Stage 3, discovery of MCTiers. One day you hear about something new. MCTiers. At first, it sounds like just another ranking system. But it is. It's deeper. Structured PvP evaluation. Tier testing. Skill classification. You join the Discord. You read messages you barely understand. People talking about LT ranks, HT ranks, testers' evaluations. You see clips of players fighting. And it looks nothing like your gameplay. Everything is faster. Cleaner. More controlled. You apply for a test. Your first ever real evaluation. You queue up. You are nervous even if you don't admit it. First fight starts. Instant pressure. You try to focus. But everything feels faster than normal PvP. You miss timing. You miss spacing. You lose control immediately. You try to recover mid-fight. It doesn't work. Second fight. Same thing. Third fight. Even worse. And then it ends. You wait. You already know before they tell you. LT5. Lowest tier. At first it feels bad. Like failure. But then reality hits differently. You are no longer guessing your skill. You are measured now. And that means you can climb. So you start grinding. Stage 4, sword grind. LT5, right arrow. LT3. You completely change how you play. No more casual survival. No more random servers. Everything becomes training. You pick sword PvP. Because it is the foundation. Every other mode depends on it. You start grinding daily. Queuing fights over and over. At first, you lose constantly. You get comboed instantly. You can't control fights. But slowly, you start improving. You notice when to stop sprinting, how to reset combos, how to control distance, how to punish hits, how movement affects advantage. You stop thinking during fights. You start reacting, then anticipating, then controlling. LT5 becomes easier. LT4 happens without noticing. Then LT3. At LT3, you are no longer learning basics. You are refining skill. And now, you can feel the next level waiting. Stage 5, content creation and competitive rise. At LT3, something changes mentally. You start recording clips. Not for fame. At first, just for yourself. To review. To analyze. To see mistakes. But then you upload them. Just gameplay highlights. Nothing serious. But people watch. Comments appear. Nice combo. Clean movement. Good fight. That changes everything. Now every fight matters more. You don't just play. You perform. You start scrimming stronger players. You enter harder queues. You get destroyed sometimes. But you learn faster than ever. You start fixing mistakes immediately instead of repeating them. Your mechanics refine. Cleaner aim. Smoother strafes. Better timing. Faster decision making. You climb. LT3 right arrow, LT2 right arrow, HT3 right arrow, HT2. HT2 is brutal. Players punish everything. No free hits. No random wins. Everything is calculated. But now, you can survive. You can compete. And sometimes, you can win. Stage 6, elite tier. This is the final transformation. At HT2+, everything becomes serious. Every duel feels like a test of awareness. No panic allowed. No random decisions. Only control. You refine everything. Movement becomes automatic. Timing becomes instinct. Fights become structured instead of chaotic. You stop trying to combo. You start forcing situations where combos are inevitable. You climb HT2 slowly. Every win feels earned. Every loss teaches something new. Then eventually, HT1. The top. Not just skill. Not just mechanics. But full understanding. People recognize your name. Your gameplay gets analyzed. Your fights get studied. And when you queue, people already respect you before the match starts. Because now, you are not climbing anymore. You are the standard others try to reach. And it all started with a single download and a wooden pickaxe.